You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence, only those that are able to help out with the message, please help out. And then when you're done, you're not earthbound, you could go back to doing whatever source appoints you to do. Please deliver the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate messages for the Taurus tribe members. Their horoscope for August 2026, whatever they need to hear right now, as an in-depth reading. Please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anyone sending me or the tribe negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and thank you very much. Here we go with that soulmate message again for Taurus, dealing with possibly a water sign or being in their feelings. Wow. Okay. This one might be interesting. My feelings might even get wrapped up in it. At the bottom of the deck, we have message here with the moth. So the moth is 8th house energy, Scorpio energy, less popular than the butterfly, but it means similar things. Transformation. Okay, so we have water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Water energy is also about feelings and emotions. It makes sense because we're in Cancer season and in retrograde, Mercury retrograde in Cancer, so everybody's kind of feeling a little bit more emotional than usual, and that's not a bad thing, because sometimes when you say emotional, I feel like people think about like crying or neediness, but emotional means like all emotions could be amplified. We have soulmate here. This might even be twin flame related. Honestly, I get twin flame more than anything because I believe I'm in a twin flame relationship, but there's karmic path, but there's no twin flame card in this deck, so this is just like a soul tie card. We have nature spirits, which could talk about clairsentience, telepathy, spirit guides, spirit animals, things like that. And then we also have Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Earth energy is also about grounding. It's also about stability too. So with water and earth, I'm getting as above, so below. I feel like this is going to be like a very deep reading. And I do feel like it's going to be an extended for the 30-minute, which I just did about, it was a money reading, but a lot of energy about like a strong soul tie connection came out. So I feel like this is your extended Taurus. You guys know how I feel about extendeds. I have a Virgo moon, so I feel like there are other ways that I can monetize my channel, so I'm not tripping off of I like to do my readings and, until I get to a conclusion, because I don't like to leave myself hanging, so I don't like to leave you hanging. There are plenty of other ways that I can get money from doing this, but, most of the time, my extendeds are included already in the reading. And of course, I'm doing YouTube for free, but there's other things that I'm working on, and, the abundance will trickle in slowly. So for physical features, I usually like to get 7 to 8 of these. This could be describing features that you have, or it could be describing someone else whose energy comes out in this reading. But if it doesn't resonate with you, don't fret, because these are just the most common features. There are other ways that you can tell that this is your reading. So I usually like to get 7 or 8, but sometimes a huge cluster will come out, or sometimes I feel called to get a little bit more. Okay. So I'm seeing some cards that came out in the 30-minute, and I do shuffle very well. We have Gap Smile. We have Small Package. This came out in the 30-minute. This could mean a lot of things. It can mean someone's short. It can mean someone's petite. Someone has an ego. Not to focus so much on body parts, because one thing about the trans community is they really don't like it when you talk about their body parts, and I respect that. But as an LGBT plus person myself, I just I'm honest about the fact that I get trans masculine energy every time that I see this, just because of the Quigley scale. And for those that take testosterone, it can turn one organ into something else, if you know what I mean. And we have glasses. This is like my Page of Swords, very opinionated card. Someone can also have a septum ring that came out in the 30-minute. We have thick thighs. We have average physique, but also this is just my someone's frustrated at you or you're frustrated card. And I really don't, I've seen so many different types of body shapes and types, so I'm not sure, like there's no average physique to me might be something different to you. So I feel like maybe average physique could represent someone who wears like a size medium or size large. If you're a divine feminine and you live in the US, maybe you could be like a size 14, 16, because that's average out here. But then again, we do have petite. So does someone work at a clothing store? Because I feel like something about clothing size is significant for this reading for whatever reason. But I did say that small package could mean that someone's petite. We have black hair, and we also have white. Those are the most common physical features for this reading. Yeah, but being that we have the opinionated card and the someone crossing their chest card, crossing their arms over their chest, I also feel like something about a very intense conversation or an argument might be significant. I'm seeing this kind of being incoming in a heated way, but I also feel like this reading is going to be beautiful overall. That maybe this is talking about two people coming back together and they're going to have a long, serious talk. Or it could be that in the last separation or discard, you guys stopped talking because you weren't seeing eye to eye, or at least you were pretending not to see eye to eye, because sometimes people know exactly what the hell you mean, but they gotta be right. Okay, first letters that I'm seeing here in this pile are EMT. So someone can work in the medical field. Okay, no R, I'm gonna grab one. Someone's name could be Emery, because we have all those letters now. I've been getting a lot of beauty industry energy for literally every sign. So I'm also seeing like Emery board. And I just talked about in the 30-minute about how Tauruses are kind of known for being a sign that is usually very well groomed and very good looking. So someone who cares a lot about their opinion, or cares a lot about their Mercury retrograde. Not opinion, but appearance is what I wanted to say. Appearance could be significant. LOL. I'm seeing crazy and I'm seeing holy crap. I don't know why that's sticking out to me right now. Sometimes actual phrases or like text message abbreviations come out in the tiles too. Why would someone say holy crap? So is something about this going to be surprising? I might have to use emoji oracle later. I'm not sure why crazy is getting my attention. Maybe that could be like the name of a song. Maybe like Gnarls Barkley. I think that's what CeeLo used to call himself. I think Gnarls Barkley and CeeLo are the same person, but I could be wrong. Okay, I'm channeling the name Iris, so I'm gonna grab 2 eyes. Someone could also really like iris flowers. In the 30-minute, I saw the word gifts in the tiles, and I don't think it's in here, but I feel like someone might try to break the ice with someone by giving them a gift. And if you plan on doing that, I'm not saying that's going to be the case for everybody, but I literally just saw Ace of Pentacles reversed in my third eye. So someone might still love you, but they might reject your gift. And being that this is a spiritual channel, The reason why I feel like they might do that is because sometimes spiritual people are very picky about receiving gifts, because we know people put intentions on them. So if someone feels like you're going to apologize, but they want you to do better and not just kind of like love bomb them with Knight of Cups energy, upright or reverse, they might reject your gift. So heads up, you might need to rethink your plan, but we're going to get clarity on what I'm picking up on. Okay, I see the name Eric. I see BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, Person of Color. But we do have the White Oracle card here. This is a collective reading, so this is going to resonate with different types of people. So for someone, let's say you're a white Taurus watching this. And for someone, I'm picking up on them being in an interracial relationship. It could be that this argument that you had with someone had something to do with race. And obviously, I don't think that you're a bad person because you had this argument about race with them. I even see race in the tiles because I was in an interracial relationship, and I know that not all white people are racist, or not all white people are a certain way. Like, every race has variance in their personality type. But the thing about like having white friends and white lovers is sometimes they say a lot of things that are not okay, but they didn't know that. Me being Black, and you know, Black culture and Caucasian culture, they're not taught things the way how we're taught things. So sometimes they say things like out of the blue, but they never even had people to tell them what was okay and what's not okay. So I noticed that dynamic happen a lot in relationships that people of color have with white people. So if you're the white person watching this, and you like to go, maybe you clicked on this video because you want to get advice from another sister or something like that, if your person is a Black woman. But just know that you might be feeling guilt for what you said, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure if this person loves you, at some point they'll look over it. And that's why conversations are important to have. There are so many problems in relationships that would be solved so easily if people would just communicate clearly and efficiently. Okay, I'm also seeing topaz in the tiles. Maybe somebody really loves crystal, or they could have a crystal as a name. I'm also picking up that someone could be, it could be like a white Asian relationship, a white Hispanic relationship that I'm picking up on, because I see Laos in the tiles, and I also see the name Lupe. Someone could be into Taoism. Someone's name could be Marco, Marcos. Someone speaks a lot of slang too, because what's getting my attention is cap, and I'm actually hearing like no cap. Actually, I thought there was no N in the tiles, but I see the N there at the bottom left corner. No cap. I feel like someone speaks a lot of slang, but with no cap. There might be a person in this relationship that's very straightforward, and I'm feeling like the other person, they tell half truths, or they don't really express themselves as good as they can, and that's been like a huge problem with the relationship so far. But I'm also seeing ATL in Texas as usual. So someone could come from the South, or they could be from a place where slang is very significant and people have a very specific way of talking. I also see New York City. Someone could be from Kentucky. I'm also seeing erotica, and in the 30-minute, I was charm casting at the end of the video, and we did have the heart-shaped sucker, and we had the heart-shaped sucker and the extra spicy charm come out. So I feel like something about a very sexual relationship. Even if you've never been intimate with this person, the chemistry is there. Also, with erotica coming out, someone could like to read those books or watch those type of films. That could be their favorite genre. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so they are one of the more romantic signs. Someone's name could be Taylor. I feel like there's something else in there that wants my attention, but it'll come out later, or I'll see it when I edit. So at the bottom of the deck right now, we have Seven of Swords upright, which is Aquarius energy. Okay, so we have King of Wands in the reverse. We have Queen of Wands upright and the Four of Pentacles upright. I'm already getting some energy with those three. We have the Three of Pentacles upright. And we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. So, Aquarius, Sag, Leo, Capricorn, Libra. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I just kind of like to guess what the story is going to be, and then usually I am correct, like, for the rest of the reading. There was a zodiac sign that I did last month where I was feeling like, because I'm seeing Polly in the tiles, and we have King of Wands reverse, Queen of Wands upright, and the Three of Pentacles. There was a reading that I did last month where I was like, okay, there could be two people who go with labels such as pansexual, bisexual, poly. The feminine in that scenario identifies like that because that's literally how she is, and the masculine identifies like that because they kind of want to, it's for optimization and also for objectification of people and just being able to use a label to just be with whoever they want. I'm kind of getting that energy here. King of Wands reverse, Queen of Wands upright, Three of Pentacles upright. So it's kind of giving me someone's holding on to someone. You know, King of Wands and Queen of Wands are technically a match. Two people could be attracted to each other, but maybe someone doesn't know how to express that attraction or express that passion in a healthy or high vibrational way. And someone also wants to team up with someone or build with someone, so to speak. But I think they got it all wrong from the foundation. I don't know if we're going to see the Tower card, but you know, Three of Pentacles upright is good, but it's giving me Tower card energy because it's like someone's going through two truths at the same time and they don't really know what they want. At one side, they want to still be a player, but on the other hand, they also want to commit. And I feel like someone wants to have their cake and eat it too, possibly quite literally with this card. And then Four of Swords reverse, I usually see that as get up off your ass, or someone's like, they spend so much time meditating over something and they need to just take action. Or in some cases, a lot of people think the death card represents death, but I actually see like Four of Wands reverse as representing death or someone having a sickness that they're not getting over. And I don't think that's relevant for this reading, but I just like to explain like how I see cards individually and then piece it together to create a story that I'm picking up on. So I want to know, what's the deal with this King of Wands reverse? Ooh, that came out quick. Okay, this came out sideways. I feel like I should take it upright. Eight of Swords upright, the Devil in the reverse. We have Gemini and Capricorn here. So someone could self-sabotage, or they could be overthinking something, but they also need to let go of toxicity, or they need to get over this lustful thing of them needing like multiple people. Playing with people's tops with the Eight of Swords upright. I'm gonna get a little bit more on that. I really need to start wearing cameline lotion on my legs because I love being outside, but every time I'm out here, I just get like a whole bunch of bug bites. Maybe that's what I need to buy from Target, because I was thinking about walking to Target. But anyway, Knight of Swords reverse. This could represent someone not wanting to be too hasty. And it's funny because this came out upright in the 30-minute, but this is a totally different scenario. And that's one thing that I really like about tarot is each card can mean so many different things, upright, reverse, crossing. But Knight of Swords reverse could be someone not moving quick enough, or it could be someone who's afraid of being too hasty. So what does this have to do with King of Wands reverse? Six of Pentacles reverse. This came out in the 30-minute exactly like this. Someone doesn't want to be hasty. Six of Pentacles reverse. This could be stinginess. This could be an imbalance. Lack of generosity. Why is that showing? I also feel like with King of Wands reverse, Six of Pentacles reverse, this might be like a baby daddy situation for someone, because I always reference the movie Baby Boy, and King of Wands reverse is exactly what Jodie was before all the character development in the movie. And that could be confirmation because we have the Sun card upright. This came out upright in your 30-minute too. So I feel like there's exposure, there's life force energy, there's ultimate joy and fulfillment coming out for you, Taurus, in the 30 and 60-minute. But it's like that is probably your outcome, but like your readings are very messy. And also the Sun card represents children, so the baby daddy energy could be significant. I'm hearing someone wants to be there more for their son. I feel like someone could have gotten multiple people pregnant, or they're just known for like having a lot of people that they talk to with the double reverse and the Three of Pentacles upright. There's a lot of Capricorn showing here as well. I don't know if someone has Capricorn in their chart. Why is the Sun card here? Oh, okay. So I was right about seeing Ace of Pentacles, but in my mind it was reverse. Ace of Pentacles. Someone's happy. Someone's going to be very joyful because they're receiving something or they're giving something. Giving could also make you very joyful. And I'm also paying attention to the archway here, which usually represents like crossing a bridge or having to sacrifice something in order to gain something. So why is Ace of Pentacles here? Judgment in the reverse. I'm seeing the Empress here at the bottom of the deck. I do feel like something about this has to do with baby daddy, baby mama energy. Some tarot readers see Page of Pentacles or Ace of Pentacles as someone giving a ring. That charm came out in the 30 minutes, so maybe I need to charm cast again. Maybe someone's been wanting someone to commit for a very long time, and it may be that they finally have made up their mind. This Judgment in the reverse could represent them making bad decisions in the past, but also maybe you being skeptical about their motives. Okay, Queen of Wands upright, Four of Pentacles upright. Someone could also want to marry someone because they got them pregnant. Three of Wands in the reverse. Lack of law of attraction, waiting for something and it's not coming, waiting too long, taking too long to do something, disappointment, apathy. Why Three of Wands in the reverse? I'm also noticing there's a lot of triangulation and there's a lot of threes here. King of Cups upright. Water was the first oracle card. There's someone in their life that makes them very emotional. So I do feel like someone has a lot of love to give around in multiple ways. It's like someone has like the street savvy way about them, but they also know how to be romantic, and it is like Jodie in Baby Boy. And even Baby Boy, I was hearing that someone has a son with the Sun card here. Maybe someone's just trying to be a better man because they want to give their baby boy a better example. Four of Wands in the reverse, maybe because there's a lack of union with someone. For some of you, this could be a twin flame relationship, but not all the time. This could also just be soulmate, karmic soulmate. Though most people would not want to be in a relationship with someone who is just karmic alone. And I'm also seeing the Hierophant in the reverse. So there's something about someone worried that their child is going to grow up in a home that's not steady, in a relationship where there's not a traditional commitment with the Hierophant in the reverse. I do feel like someone's kind of like in their poly era or their swinger era, or they just want to like keep their options open, but they're also wondering if that's the best choice for them to do. Why Four of Wands in the reverse? upright, Page of Pentacles upright, Nine of Cups reverse. Yeah. I honestly feel like someone wants to propose, or they want to shower someone with gifts because they're realizing that they were selfish in the past and they're not really happy without them. And honestly, I feel like someone's learning to be less selfish, and I feel like they're making decisions for multiple people, not just for themselves, and I actually really admire that. That's stand-up guy energy. Okay, so what is someone planning to do with this Three of Pentacles here? Eight of Pentacles reverse. So sometimes Eight of Pentacles reverse, I see that as someone who works too much, or they work very long hours. I feel like someone's a single mother and there's like a masculine who wants to team up with you because they don't want to see you do everything by yourself. Okay, I'm not going to clarify anything else because I like that. And I don't want to overcomplicate it or, you know, ruin the moment. So what's Four of Swords reversed about? Here we go again with that poly energy. Three of Cups reverse came out in the 30-minute. And honestly, okay, I did say that sometimes I see Four of Swords reverse as like sickness. I feel like someone, they might have a sex addiction, honestly, and I feel like their ways are kind of catching up with them, and they're realizing that they can't be like running the streets anymore. They're like going from boy to man, and they're making smarter decisions. So I do feel like I'm going to use Emoji Oracle because there's a sick card in there, and I just feel like I want to learn, you know, people's emotions and how they feel about this situation. But is there anything else that can go under Four of Swords reverse and Three of Cups reverse? Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Bad karma, someone blocking their destiny. Maybe someone was blocking their destiny by making their baby mama sad and crying and being out here with, like, just treating them as an option and just being out here with all kinds of people with Three of Cups reverse. I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like someone likes to sleep around, or maybe this is their past energy. They really like to sleep around. Nine of Pentacles, but here you are, I think this is your energy, single, self-sufficient. Nine of Pentacles always has like an air of dignity too. Like, yeah, I'm single, I know how to be by myself, I got it all together, even though I feel like someone's working too hard, because they have to do, it's like they're being feminine and masculine at the same time. Not in a non-binary way, but in a way where like they're not allowed to receive because they're, you know, in masculine shoes as well. But Nine of Pentacles was very close to the Ten of Pentacles too, and the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like someone's been doing stuff by themselves for so long, but they're going to receive help. And people say, like, Nine of Pentacles, she just needs one more pentacle to be at the 10. So I definitely feel like this is about someone wanting to become a family man. And I say amen and ashe to that because that's really beautiful energy. And it's mostly because someone's lonely, you know, and they had to come to a point in their life where they were really doing shadow work and looking within themselves, because the Hermit reverse could represent a person that doesn't really look within themselves too much. But someone's realizing that the error of their ways is catching up with them, and the way how they were acting is really a problem. I also feel like this might resonate with someone who's fairly young. I'm about to be 30 in July. I feel like could resonate with someone in a scenario where they're like in their early 20s. But that's not for everybody, obviously. Some of you have been in this situation for a very long time. Okay, I feel the need to show this. I wasn't going to show it, but now that I think about it, I should. So at the bottom of Astro Alignment, we do have sextile. The sextile is the little asterisk symbol that represents everyone that you're compatible with on the Western astrology zodiac wheel. So being that we do have water and earth as oracle cards out here, this lets me know that for a lot of you, this person is in your sextile, meaning they are another earth sign or they are a water sign. So this person could be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. For most of you, it doesn't have to be for everybody who resonates with this reading though. We have Pluto, regeneration, rebirth, transformation, which is the ruler of Scorpio. We have waxing gibbous moon, nurturing, patience, refinement. Nurturing, patience, refinement. I feel like someone's pregnant right now. We have Gaia, earth, nature, embodiment. So there's like a synchronicity with nature too. I'm also hearing, because I'm seeing all these nature cards, and you know that we saw the Empress is sitting outside on a throne. Someone might actually be giving birth at home. They might have a home birth. Someone could also live in the country, or something about living on a farm and they're just going to have like a very makeshift pregnancy. We have Leo, courageous, regal, loyal. You know, the sun card represents Leo. Someone's child that they're having could end up being a Leo. I kind of feel like someone who's going to resonate with this reading is pregnant now and they're getting ready to have the child. And being that we're in Cancer season and this is an August horoscope, for someone this might literally be happening in August. Like they're giving birth in August to a Leo child. Also, Leo is in Taurus's square. I keep wanting to say Cancer. Someone's probably dealing with a Cancer. Leo is in Taurus's square. And your square is always your same modality group, and it's people that you usually beef with. So for Taurus, it's Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. We have Psyche, soul, consciousness, mind. With the Eight of Swords, I feel like someone's, they're very weighed down in their mind, and I feel like someone could drink a lot to drown out their shadow thoughts. We have planetary return, cyclicality, homecoming, progress. So hypothetically, one thing that I'm picking up on very specifically, let's say you're watching this video and you're pregnant right now, or this is a person that got you pregnant in the past. This is your ex, this is your baby daddy. I feel like someone could be having a child soon in August, giving birth to a Leo. But also, because we're in Mercury retrograde, I feel like this person, if you haven't talked to them in a while, they'll probably come back around in August. And that would make sense because for a lot of you, this person is going to want to be at the hospital to, you know, see the child get born. But some of you, I was picking up on like a home birth. We have waning gibbous moon, harvest, reception, gratitude. Another card about, you know, reception, people coming together. And, you know, harvest energy could speak about fertility as well. We have lunar eclipse, culmination, release, illumination. Yeah, I feel like someone's just releasing a lot of their old ways that are not really serving them. The South Node card didn't come out, but I do feel like someone's transitioning from South Node to North Node in their purpose. Also, someone needs to pay attention to what sign is in their Pluto placement. Oh yeah, and Gaia. So there's certain astrological placements that when I did my natal chart, I didn't see it on the website, so I don't actually know how to find out my Gaia or my Psyche. But now that I remember, Gaia is a deity that does represent a woman giving birth to the earth, so there is like a strong synchronicity of pregnancy too. Some of you are dealing with another earth sign, like I said. Some of you could be dealing with another Taurus. So we have rainbow, hope, LGBTQ, beauty after a storm. I think that mostly just represents you possibly making nice with someone after like a very chaotic relationship, because for some of you this really does give off young love, like again, like Yvette and Jody in the movie Baby Boy. Like, at first, arguing about shit that they really didn't have to argue about, being petty, a lot of jealousy, a lot of, triangulation, and then learning to mature together. We have expressing no emotions, autopilot. I think I did say something about, like, I feel like there's a masculine in this relationship that's not good with communicating. We have soul connection. So we do have soulmate in the oracle card. This is a person that you do have a soul tie with. Some of you are even thinking about you've been trying to manifest getting out of it with the devil in the reverse, because some people say that the devil kind of represents soul contracts sometimes. Broken heart, lovesick, heartbreak. I feel like this is mostly the masculine who feels this way. Sometimes, like, people could be lovesick or experience heartbreak when they're the ones who were mostly guilty. So it's like that sorrow of doing shadow work and realizing that you didn't do the best that you could, but also thinking about what can I do to make up for it. We have wind, angels, spirit guides, messages from spirit. I was thinking about using the angel number deck. I think I am going to use it really quick. And then we also have star, fame, success, excellence, good review. Why is star coming out here? Someone could be dealing with an Aquarius, or can have a significant Aquarius placement. Disguise, wearing a mask, not being honest. Someone not being honest about fame. Teacher, karmic energy, learning lessons. I'm kind of picking up something about someone with star here. People give out stars at school. Side message, I feel like someone's kid, like if you have a kid that might be in kindergarten, or like, I don't know, they could be in grade school, but I'm picturing a little kid, something about them forging a teacher's signature, or maybe forging your signature because you're the parent, or like lying about how they did good on a test or something and they really didn't do good, just because I see the star and there's like the chalkboard and someone's not being honest. But my mom always says it's kind of hard to get away with stuff like that nowadays. Like back in the 80s when she grew up, like people could ditch school and, people would not find out. Nowadays, it's like you take a roll and then they call the house immediately, and there's better surveillance now. So I don't see how that can happen in 2026, but that's just a side message that I'm getting. Okay, what else about star, disguise, and teacher? Sunglasses, cool, confident, carefree, unbothered. Cold, acting cold, distant, unfriendly. I feel like someone has this thing where because they get so much attention, maybe they're trying to act like they just have so many options lined up, and they're trying to act like they're carefree, but they're really bothered on the inside. We have tears, crying, sadness, emotional pain. This could also be how you're acting too, because people have a way of acting very funny style, watching videos that clearly say in the title that it's about their ex, and they try to get in the comments and say that they don't care. Well, you cared enough to watch the video. Love letter, we do have message here at the bottom of the deck, so maybe someone's going to try to communicate to you. And I feel like people usually do that when they're in jail. Eight of Swords does kind of represent prison because someone's trapped. So that's a download that I'm getting for someone. But also, I'm feeling something about a person who's like, they don't really do direct communication, but they might subtweet, they might be subliminal with their song choices on social media. This might be a person that will like write you a note, like they know where you live, but they'll write you a handwritten note and place it underneath your doormat or something like that. Or not under your doormat, but underneath your door or something like that. I feel like someone's kind of extra with that. And we have a synchronicity with the sun, optimism, joy, happiness. This is emoji oracle, so this is how someone is feeling. I feel like that's just a synchronicity with someone being pregnant, and someone might literally be giving birth to a Leo very soon. Wow. That's pretty cool. Oh, I did say that I was going to use the angel numbers. So I'm trying to figure out why, like, the idea of children is making someone so joyful when I feel like they're not really prepared to be a parent. And for some of you, I do feel like this person has gotten multiple people pregnant. It could be that maybe they've had nothing but daughters and they're happy that they're getting a son. And also maybe like they could be these other people that they have kids with, they could be karmics and they're having, I was just about to say, they're having a child with you and that makes them very excited. But in the split, I saw 111 manifestation and infinity. So that's just kind of confirmation that someone was really trying to manifest like being the father of your child specifically. I did see 4444 on the timer too, which represents triumph. Yeah, this is definitely giving me baby boy energy, because a lot of men, like, they see it as like getting someone pregnant makes you a man. And there's something about this masculine having a high libido, but also like getting an ego boost to, you know, seeing women pleasured, or especially when women are pregnant. A lot of men who are not really at their highest vibration admit to that being like a thing for them. $2134 achievement. I'm kind of picking up something about a person like having a lot of miscarriages too, or it's just very hard for them to get pregnant. And I feel like, why do I feel like all of a sudden I just heard someone's husband, like, they love you, but someone's husband might like mess around with other women to get pregnant because you might have infertility issues? That's very biblical too. Okay, 413 synergy. So this is about two people seeing eye to eye, you know, trying to be equally yoked, finally being on the same page. We have 1234 potential, but it also represents progress, things moving forward. And I do feel like something about this is about someone knocking you up, but now they want to progress in the relationship. Now they want to commit, and see how there's a synchronicity with a soul connection. I feel like whenever these two come out, they don't always come out together, actually. I think this is the first time I'm hearing someone saying, I've always loved you and I'm going to love you forever. This is a soul tie connection. And, you know, the polyamory symbol is a heart with the infinity symbol in here. So I feel like there's something about an untraditional relationship for someone. And also because the infinity symbol is an 8, there's something about the number 8 that's significant. I just heard that someone could live on 88th Street. There could be a 8-year, 8-month age gap. 8-8 could also be the date that someone's child is going to be born. I'm hearing the 8-8 Lionsgate portal, because someone is probably going to give birth to a Leo. Wow. I'm channeling very specific messages for this reading, but I don't think it's just coming out for no reason. I think I think if I say it, it's meant for someone. Okay, let's just start with what I have right now. I don't know if I'm going to get more. Again, I'm seeing synchronicities. I'm just going to show you things that came out before in the 30 minute, before I show you the new charms. that are unique to this reading. So the lollipop sucker came out in the 30-minute, so that usually represents someone being like infatuated or hooked on you or obsessed with you, a sucker for you. We have the phoenix rising from the ashes. We also have the silver platter, which represents generational abundance. We have the camera, which can represent someone being a photographer, a filmmaker, an IG model. Something about posting online a lot is significant. And this came out in the 30-minute. This usually represents a person who has an attitude, a person who has a lot of fire in their chart, or really strong sexual compatibility in a relationship. And I definitely know this masculine has that energy. And the crystal ball came out in the 30-minute too. So this might be something that you, with your intuition, whether you're a reader or not, you saw this coming, you always knew it. And because there's so much fertility energy in this reading, this baby that you're having at some point was a spirit baby, meaning that it didn't come into fruition in the 3D yet, but you were communicating with this person or with this baby, and you always knew that you were going to give birth with it. Like I said, there's probably a biblical story about fertility that resonates a lot with you, and it's not uncommon for people who still identify as Christian or people who grew up Christian to watch tarot. So I feel like you're very religious or you're very spiritual in that, right? We have the graduation cap. This could represent leveling up, learning a lesson, but the energy of school is significant. Someone could have recently finished school, because I feel like this is about adults trying to become better adults. Someone's child could be in college too as well. Someone could be transitioning from high school to college, and maybe they're, with me picking up on someone lying about their grades. It could be that your child could be like a junior or a senior, and they need to, or I don't think seniors are able to do summer school, but your child could be a junior and they might need to complete summer school in order for them to graduate and go to college. Okay, someone could be into comedic spirituality, because I see the feather and I'm thinking about Ma'at right now, and I also see the Ankh. Someone could even have a tattoo that's a feather or an Ankh. And speaking of Ma'at, we also have Libra, and it says charming on the back. Someone can have very strong Libra placements. We have Sagittarius, and it says optimist on the back. We have the football player fumbling the ball, but this usually represents a past person fumbling you in a relationship. And these two usually come out together, so I do feel like this person could have not really shown you how much they cared about you, but now they're going to be a runner. Now they're going to want to chase you. We have the Day of the Dead charm. So there's one particular ancestor that is guarding over this situation. Maybe someone, they're snapping out of it because there's a passed on loved one that's delivering messages to them, that's trying to communicate that they need to be a better man or they need to be a better father. And someone could have had an ego, but now they're seeing from a higher perspective here. With this caged bird, this could be a synchronicity with someone's person, or someone's man rather, actually coming out of prison. But also, I also feel like someone has addictions that they're trying to conquer, mainly alcoholism addictions, and also like sex, porn, stuff like that addictions that were in the way of you and this person's relationship. We have the treasure chest, so there's something again about generational abundance. Maybe this passed on loved one, with the 9 of Pentacles here, maybe there was a passed on loved one who left somebody an inheritance, and I feel like that's going to resonate with someone who's been struggling with money, or someone who's a single mother doing it all on their own. But side note, there's something about someone getting like a really good money opportunity, because we also have the first place charm. Usually in relationship readings, this comes out when someone's they've had they have a high body count, or they're dealing with a lot of people, but they still see you as their main chick or first place. Like, nobody could ever take your place. We have the Kundalini Rising charm. One of my friends, Vanessa at Stillwater's Tarot, she talks a lot about Kundalini energy and how when people have strong libidos, it usually means they're going through a Kundalini rising. So I feel like there's a masculine with really strong sexual energy, and they're trying to figure out why they have so much energy with that. I feel like something like that has to do with childhood wounds, because there's always a deeper reason, but also it's because they just have like a lot of sacral chakra energy, and they're learning to balance it, and also, you know, balance it with those other chakras as well. Someone could have a snake tattoo, but I'm also getting something else with that, because we do have King of Wands reverse here. We have the triquetra, which represents the stages of life, death, rebirth. So I feel like someone recently had a family member that passed away and went on their spirit team, but also it's like someone's passing away, but there's also new life with someone being pregnant as well. We have the wheel here, which could represent Wheel of Fortune energy. Wheel of Fortune did come out in the reverse. Someone taking charge of their life and taking responsibility. Before I go, I do want to clarify the friendship ending charm. So this came in a 2-pack, obviously, but I just kept the side that said ends, because this represents like a friendship ending. So I want to see, what does that have to do with this reading, because I wasn't really seeing it too much so far. It could be that for some of you, you had a friend that was sleeping with this person, and that's why it kind of ruined the relationship with your baby daddy or your ex and your friend. Because there is a lot of triangulation here, but I just want to make sure. It could also be that at one point you were very close to this person, attached at the hip, but there are a lot of like temptations and struggles that kind of wanted to get in the way of this relationship. And I do feel like this is twin flame related for someone, but I do see you and this person ultimately overcoming that. So I just want to see, why is the friendship ending charm coming out here? Page of Cups in the reverse, flattery, love bombing. You know, Page of Cups in the upright is seen as a friendly energy, but in the reverse, it's jealousy. So I do feel like maybe there was a jealous friend for some of you that kind of tried to weasel their way into this relationship. What else about Page of Cups in the reverse? The Fool in the reverse, making bad decisions, trickery. The World. I feel like someone had a friend. It could be one of those relationships where it's like the whole hood knows that you guys have your issues, right? Back to someone probably being from the South or coming from a small town where everybody knows each other's business. It could be that this relationship has had some very messy points, and maybe in the past you and this person have made the mistake of letting everybody know. But there are relationships like that where those people are still meant to be together, and it's still a very strong soul tie connection. Not that the unhealthy stuff is meant to be there forever, but it could be a situation where someone's ex-best friend was trying to act like they were protecting someone from more disappointment, but they really just didn't want to see two people be together. This could also be a person who is a single mother, and you know, sometimes people's friends, they come from the same humble beginnings as them, but when one friend ascends, or when they have things that are going better for them, when their life is progressing, you know, sometimes people don't always like that. So I feel like someone was trying to interfere with this relationship and also stop someone from coming back to you. This could also be the masculine's best karmic friend that's in their ear trying to tell them not to go back to someone, or like they're tripping, or they should still have their fun or whatever. Hopefully you got something out of this reading. If you like the way how I do tarot, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I will